What's up, guys? Welcome to NEEK, which stands for Nerd Status Geek. And they just had the big Disney investors sort of meeting, and they announced so much stuff. So much stuff. When it just did the Star Wars stuff, I'm like, holy cow, there's so much stuff. This is crazy. And then it just kept getting more and more. And I couldn't keep up with all the stuff they're announcing. And then they got to Marvel, and they just went, quickly. I couldn't keep up with all the trailers sort of stuff they dropped. They dropped, 4 different trailers, plus a special look at Miss Marvel, and just a bunch of big announcements. My brain could not catch up. I was going, crazy, especially because I'm a big Marvel fan, and hearing all these things, it made me really, really excited, because I honestly haven't been into Marvel that much for, the last year, because there hasn't been any content, so I haven't really been into Marvel that much. This brought me back, and I'm so pumped for the future of the MCU right now. So I need to do a video just on Marvel stuff itself. I'm going to do a video on the Star Wars, Pixar, all that stuff. I don't know how many videos I'll split it up to, but I knew there's too much stuff for a single video. So this is just the Marvel stuff. So let's get into it. So I'm going to go in release order, because they've been changing these release dates a lot and announced a bunch of new ones. So I wanted to kind of see how things are coming in. So the first thing we got is WandaVision, coming in January 2021, and we just got a new trailer, and the trailer looks great. It continued what I liked about the first trailer, this sort of weird sort of stuff. I'm very intrigued to watch it. We finally get to see Kat Dennings and Randall Park return as their roles in this trailer, and then we also got a new poster which kind of fits the whole theme. Seems like something like the MCU has never done before, but that intrigues me. I'm excited to watch this in January. And then we got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is probably my favorite of the new trailers. Was already really looking forward to this, because I love both of these characters, and Winter Soldier and Civil War are some of my favorite MCU movies, and that seems to kind of be very play into that. And the trailer was just really great. It doesn't give you too much about the story, but really gives you the feel of it, which I really like when trailers do that. And that's all the trailers. They don't spoil anything, but they really give you the feel of what's going on. So that's what I like here. Falcon's new suit looks great. Yeah, I really like the direction they're taking this show with this sort of spy aspect, but then also kind of play into how would the world be after Endgame with Cap leaving, all this sort of stuff. So that seems really interesting. And the poster also looks cool. And then we have Black Widow coming in May. Oh, I forgot to mention, that comes out in March 2021. That's only 2 months after WandaVision. We're getting it back to back, basically. That's pretty exciting. I can't wait. And then we have Black Widow in May 2021, and it's sticking to theaters. People thought they might move it to Disney Plus. They said they're sticking to theaters, so that's a pretty big thing. That's really the only announcement. Then we have Loki, also in May 2021. So keep this in mind. We're getting January, March, then May. And if these are 6 episodes, that's what we assume, 6 to 8, then it will basically be almost nonstop, just a couple weeks if they're 6 episodes. If they're 8, it will be basically nonstop Marvel stuff, which is very exciting. I love this trailer here. I love how all the trailers are so different. This isn't like the WandaVision trailer, and this isn't like the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer. They're doing all these different things, trying to take risk, and I love that sort of stuff when they're trying all these different things. And yeah, my dad actually knows the showrunner / writer of this show, so that's cool. And then you got Owen Wilson in here. Owen Wilson. And, yeah, I really like his scene with Loki. They kind of play with each other really well. And I just love the vibe of the show, Loki kind of going on these crazy adventures. You see all these different weird, dimensions and all this sort of weird stuff, and kind of has a mystery aspect. Maybe seems kind of weird, but I'm definitely digging it. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this show too. And then we have What If, and this is something it's not what I'm most excited about, but I'm still really glad it's happening, because an animated show is something we never really got in, and the What If scenario is really fun. I love this animation style. And you get, more into a bunch of these different episodes. You have 2 Doctor Strange fighting. There seems to be one episode that's going to be a lot about Doctor Strange. And there's, a zombie cap and a bunch of different stuff where you can't tell exactly what what episode is like gonna be, but 2 you can pretty easily tell. One is where Peggy Carter becomes Captain America, takes the serum instead of Steve, and then T'Challa becomes Star-Lord. So those 2 both seem pretty interesting to me, and those are the 2 like we really know what it is. And then we have Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher, and Jeffrey Wright is pretty great, so that's a good thing. And that comes out summer 2021. Yeah, like right after Loki ends. What If will probably be starting too, so that's also really cool. And then we have Shang-Chi coming in July 2021, and there's not really any new announcements here. They wrap production. And then we have Eternals in November 2021, also no new announcements. And then Miss Marvel in late 2021. I like the character of Miss Marvel. She's obviously she's a very new character, but I like what I've read from the comics of her, and I liked her in like the video game and stuff, the new Avengers game. So I'm excited she's getting a series, and it's cool seeing like the person getting cast. Like this is her first ever role. Like seeing when they're on the Zoom call and like telling her, and she can't believe it. That was pretty nice. We don't get much because it's not actual like footage, an actual trailer sort of thing. And then we have Hawkeye late 2021. And Haley Steinfield is Kate Bishop. This was a rumor from a while ago, but like a week or so ago, we got some photos with Haley Steinfeld, and they confirmed it here. I'm a big fan of the character of Kate Bishop. I'm a big Haley Steinfeld fan. I'm excited for that. And I love these comics that the Hawkeye series is based off, so I'm actually really excited for this. So that's late 2021. And then Spider-Man 3, or Untitled Spider-Man movie, wasn't talked about here because it's like part of the Sony's thing, but that comes out December 2021, and we didn't get any announcements here, but the other day we got a bunch of crazy announcements that might be true. So Electro, Jamie Foxx returning as Electro is kind of like confirmed a little while ago, like that report came out, and then Doc Ock the other day that he's going to be in it. Like, what? With the returning whatever his name is, Alfred Molina, returning as Doc Ock. And then some reports came out that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in it, and Kirsten Dunst and Emma Stone possibly. Like, all the characters returning, and I don't really know what to think about it because it doesn't feel real to me quite yet. I don't want to, until we can officially confirm, I don't want to think too much into it because I don't necessarily want to get my hopes up. I'm really excited about the possibility of a multiverse, but I feel like maybe they should have waited, let Tom Holland have one more movie, and then start getting into that sort of thing. But I think they can make it really work really well. And I'm a fan of all 3 versions of the Spider-Man, like live action. I have different problems with each of them and stuff, but Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. I mean, he's lots of people's favorite superhero, but he is my favorite superhero. And I just love Spider-Man. I love seeing different versions of Spider-Man, and I love to see them all come together. So, yeah. And then we have the Multiverse of Madness coming in March 2022, and they said that this is going to connect to Spider-Man 3, kind of confirming it. So, yeah. And then we have Thor Love and Thunder coming in May 2022, and Christian Bale is confirmed to play Gore the God Butcher. I don't know anything about this character, but it seems very much like a Thor character, and I'm a big Christian Bale fan, so that's exciting. And then Black Panther 2 in July 2022, and sadly, Chadwick Boseman obviously died a couple months back, and they said that they're not going to replace Chadwick Boseman, which I think is a really good thing to do. They're not going to recast him. I think that's the right choice, but I don't think it would be the right choice to just cancel Black Panther 2, and they're actually doing what I thought they should. They're moving on with Black Panther 2, but it's going to be about all the other Black Panther characters like Shuri, Okoye, all of them. So yeah, we got Ryan Coogler returning to direct and write it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So I'm just so sad that we won't get to see Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther anymore and all that, but hopefully they can do the best with what they can with what they got. And then Captain Marvel 2 in November 2022, and we're getting new directors and new writers, so that makes me more excited. I wasn't the biggest fan of Captain Marvel. I don't hate it as much as some people. Some people hate it. I thought it was just kind of okay. It's just kind of okay. But I was pretty disappointed by it, and yeah. So I hope the new writers, new directors will take it in a better place and make Captain Marvel a more like character in the MCU, because she's not really like that right now. Then we have the biggest crazy surprise. I was like, I never saw that coming. I didn't even think that was a thing that could happen. A Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special coming in, well, presumably November or December 2022. They just said 2022. I don't know what other time you'd have it in. But, yeah, it's going to be from James Gunn, written and directed, and it's going to have the cast. It's going to be live action. I never really expected this, but I'm actually kind of happy because we're presumably not going to get Guardians 3 for a little while because James Gunn is doing Suicide Squad. So that makes me more excited. We're going to get the return of the Guardians characters because I love these characters and I love what James Gunn does with them, and I don't want to have to wait till like 2023 or something to watch them. So I'm glad we're getting this. And the Guardians are the perfect characters to do a holiday special if you're going to do them with any of the Marvel characters. So I'm pretty excited. So now moving on to the stuff that does not have a release date. So Moon Knight. It's kind of interesting they didn't mention Oscar Isaac. There's been reports that Oscar Isaac has been cast as Moon Knight. They didn't really address that, so maybe because it's not like 100%, like he's still like in the negotiation stage. It's not like 100% confirmed that he's definitely going to be in it, so they didn't want to announce anything in case something like isn't going to happen. Or technically, I guess it could be a fake rumor. It could, but the news sources that claimed he was coming in, they were like legit sources. So I think it's probably just they didn't want to announce it quite yet because he's not fully like signed all the contracts and that sort of thing. But I'm excited about Oscar Isaac playing Moon Knight. And then we got Secret Invasion. When they put this on the screen, like I was like trying to keep up with everything, and they put Secret Invasion. I went, what? Secret Invasion. Yeah, Secret Invasion it's a great comic run, one of the best comic runs recently. It's really great. And yeah, Nick Fury and Talos are going to be the main stars in it, and I'm a big fan of both their characters. Talos was probably my favorite character. Well, they were probably my two favorite characters of Captain Marvel. Well, then, and Nick Fury's obviously been a lot more, but I'm so excited we're getting a Secret Invasion show. And then Ironheart was announced. This is something I wasn't really expecting, but it didn't really get me excited. I don't really know much about the character at all. I've heard of Ironheart, but I'm not really excited about it that much. Probably one of the ones I'm like the least excited about. Not really not excited. Like it's not like I'm not excited. Like that looks bad or anything. We just don't know anything. And then we have Armor Wars, which I'm really excited about because when they first did the initial like wave of the TV shows, they announced all the different TV shows for like all the different Avengers and those sort of characters that didn't get their own movies. So basically the phase 2, if you're introduced in phase 2, you basically missed out on your own movie. Or like phase 1, if you weren't one of the people who got it originally, you never got a movie. When people in like phase 3, they did get their movies and stuff. That's kind of like how they did it. Like people like Falcon, Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, Vision, like all the people they're doing the shows for. But they did a show for everyone, like even Loki and stuff who wasn't officially an Avenger, except War Machine. They didn't announce anything with War Machine. I'm like, is War Machine just not going to be in anything? I really thought War Machine should get his own show because I really like the character, but they haven't really done much with him. I like him when they do stuff with him, but they haven't really done much with him at all. So I'm really excited that he's getting his own show and he gets his time to shine. And it's an interesting premise, being like, what if these bad people get their hands on the technology? That's an interesting premise. And yeah, we're getting more War Machine, so that's great. And then we got announced I Am Groot, which is a series of short films. And I don't really have an opinion on this. It's short films of Groot. I'm like, okay, it's a thing, I guess. And then we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. So that title, when they announced it, excited me because we're going to explore the quantum realm more. That was probably my favorite element of Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then they announced who's going to be the villain in it. And it's Kang the Conqueror. he's definitely one of my favorite Marvel villains, and I've been wanting to see him in the MCU for so long. And we're finally getting Kang the Conqueror. That's going to be a crazy movie, man. Normally the Ant-Man movies are kind of like the lesser important ones. You don't really need to watch them or anything. This one's definitely going to be important to the MCU overall, and definitely bigger than any of the other Ant-Man movies, so I'm really excited. And then the last sort of announcement I want to talk about is Fantastic Four, which is directed. We already knew this was coming, but they announced the director is none other than John Watts, who is the director of Homecoming, Far From Home, and then the upcoming Spider-Man 3. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Homecoming and Far From Home, so yeah, I think it works. I think he's a pretty good fit for Fantastic Four. A lot of people were throwing out the names that Josh Whedon or Peyton Reed were kind of like ones to direct Fantastic Four, but John Watts actually makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm really excited about the Fantastic Four, because the Fantastic Four are great characters, but they have not been given a good movie. They have not been given a good movie. But hopefully everything can change when John Watt takes the reins. So yeah, that's all my thoughts on all the Marvel stuff. Notice how long this video is, and that's just the Marvel stuff. That's how much stuff they announced. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you thought about all this crazy Marvel news. And if you go in that corner, you can check out my Marvel videos. I have a playlist, all my Marvel videos. And then also, if I end up making more videos for the rest of the announcements, I will also make a playlist of that, so you can check that out in that corner. Yeah, and keep watching Geek.